discussion about all things money and how to weather that financial storm. Without further ado, you have your hosts, Chet and Larry. You have Chitani Monga, otherwise known as Chet, the founder of Brightcap Financial, a commercial and alternative mortgage brokerage. You also have Larry Heron, the founder of City Centre Mortgages, mortgage brokerage specializing in residential mortgages nationally.
Sir, thank you very much, Chet.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 11. We're still going at it. We've brought on another guest this episode, so we're always excited about that because talking about the real estate industry and bringing on guests, giving you guys more knowledge, more power is what we love. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Kabir Batra.
Thank you, sir. First of all, thank you for having me, Chet and Larry. It's an honor on my end, right, to be here. So thank you so much.
No, it's an honor for us to have you in our presence.
It's an honor for both of us. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Thank you for attending and
appreciate
joining
it.
us
Yep.
and allowing us to
Looking forward to having the conversation. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So I know you and Chet have known each other for some time. I know you guys are friends,
Yeah.
right? So I'm going to let Chet lead the way here with some questions. So myself and the audience and everybody listening can get to know Mr. Kabir Batra a little bit better.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So Kabir and myself, we met at SFU, right? A few years ago.
2015?
2015.
Yeah, it's been like what, 8 years?
Yeah,
almost
8
a
years.
decade.
It's a long time.
It's
yeah.
been a long time.
So,
100%.
So we've known each other for quite a while now.
Right.
Kabir came into the industry. Kabir, tell us when you came into the industry as a realtor.
So I started in 2020 March.
Yep.
I got my license. I passed my exam. I was surprised, first of all, right?
Right.
So that
It's
was
a tough exam.
It is.
It's actually getting a lot harder now,
harder and
right?
harder,
But at the time I did, it was like supposed to be easy, but it was pretty tough, man. I'm not the brightest at school, but it was.
There's more things that have been added on for realtors now. It's
They
not a
have
walk in the
more
park
courses, and
yeah.
after you pass, there's like more complication, like with the
Continuing
courses.
education, courses,
so
things
they
like
have
that.
kind of
definitely
like a
topped it out.
practicum type of thing.
Definitely, because if you look at the whole idea of holding all the legal matters and stuff, right? Like our job is not the most. It sounds easy when it's a busy market. But
Everyone thinks the job of a realtor is really easy.
We get that a lot.
It sounds like it, right?
It's like
How hard can it be? You're just selling homes.
Yeah, no, see the
It's just a product.
exactly. When it comes to details, it's a lot more stressful, and there's a lot of things that adds to it. So I got my license in March, and then same month I got laid off from my job. I used to work at the Brick as a salesperson for 6 years.
Yep.
And after getting laid off, I did go back once they started, but then they fired me. So here I am, man.
So here you are, and you're not. I don't think you're going to be complaining a whole lot about that because
I complained then, but not anymore.
As I know, and as the world knows, 2021, Kabir
Right.
was named Rookie of the Year in your first year into the business, and have since maintained that role and maintained a top 1%, I believe, at Stonehouse Realty since 2021.
Yep. So
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
I mean, with so many realtors
Right.
in our Fraser Valley market, Greater
we have
Vancouver market, a
over
lot of people are
25,000,
realtors. Be Rookie of the Year, man. Good for you.
Thank you, appreciate
Yeah.
it. It was a good year. They called 5 people, I believe. That was kind of in the draw of Rookie of the Year. And then when they called me, I thought I'm just interviewing for the draw.
Yeah.
And after the interview, he's like, "Congrats." I'm like, "Fuck, did I?"
This is the Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board.
Greater Vancouver Board, yeah. So
Yeah.
there's 17,000 agents in that.
Yeah,
So
that's incredible for being named.
Is that what the
Rookie
number
of
is?
the Year.
16,
Yeah.
17K?
Fraser
Like
Valley
now?
has about 6,000, and
Okay.
Greater Vancouver has about 16 to 17,000. Last year was like 15 and some change, so it has gone up since then. So so that's the number that
Good
they're
stuff to
working
know.
with.
That's
Out of
incredible.
total of our two biggest markets, 20,
20, yeah, give or take, around that. Yeah. So
3,000 realtors, wow.
That's a lot of realtors.
there's a lot of realtors, but there's a lot of houses to sell too,
There are, and congrats once again on being
Appreciate it.
Rookie of the Year and
Thank you.
maintaining that status for quite some time.
That's the goal.
Yeah, so Kabir, as we understand it, you yourself and your brother Raj, right? Of course, who I know very well. as well, right. You guys both have founded Batra Group Realty, right? And you currently have a team under yourselves.
So it's me and him that are founders of the company, and then we have a team of 3 other agents that help us with our residential side. So so originally we were like, you know what, we have enough workload, 2 people, let's not try to expand. Because the idea was to just me and you, but then fortunately work has been really busy, so we did venture out to our team. So now it's been a lot more steady, and with team, obviously you can play more roles, right?
Absolutely,
So
wear more hats, right?
100%. You can't do everything, but you learn that practically after a few years when you have, obviously when you have business to sustain the business, if you don't give the same service to everyone, it's going to be a tough time to sustain it. So
Yeah.
teams definitely help with that for sure.
Yeah, no, that's
Just
great.
maintaining that service level.
That's
I
the
mean,
thing,
You
yeah.
can't stretch yourselves too much.
You
As
can't
much
be
as we
everywhere,
want
right?
to,
Yeah.
I mean, we all think we are Superman,
Yeah,
right?
but we're not. Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's good. I mean, teamwork makes the dream work.
That's honestly
that
hands
saying
down.
will never change.
Yeah, 100%.
There's a lot of
yeah,
truth to it,
yeah,
for sure.
Definitely,
Good for you
definitely.
guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Kabir, you know, I want to get back to that conversation topic of Rookie of the Year.
Right.
You know, what do you think led to your success from coming into the market in 2020 and attaining that title in 2021?
I'm gonna say something controversial here.
Okay, that's okay.
We love controversy
I love
on the
it.
Money Storm show.
Love it. Sounds good. So I believe,
Yeah.
again, I could be wrong. This is just how I think, how
Yeah.
sales are. If you know how to do sales with enough product knowledge, you'll be able to like establish yourself a lot faster. So I have a lot of people that are like, oh, I've had the same question. Even then, they ask the same question. So
Right.
I've been in sales since I was like 16.
Yeah.
I started working at 15. Sorry, I started working at Weedman Lawn Care. So it's
Nice.
door-to-door services. So from the get-go, I've
Right.
been talking to people and I've been comfortable.
Right.
Over time, I've just gotten very comfortable over rejection.
Yeah.
So I just didn't care. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this. This is the best optimal way of selling something.
When you have nothing to lose,
Exactly.
right?
I
it's
was
that
laid off, so
mentality.
so I was
A
like,
true,
that
a
helped,
true
yeah.
salesman, I love
Right.
this stuff. A true
Right.
salesman knows that rejections
It's just
are
part of
not
the game.
rejections, they're
Right.
just objections.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
need more information.
100%. That it just makes the thing a little bit more exciting. So and it gives you the satisfaction once you get over an obstacle. They're like, okay, yeah, you know what? I got the objection and I was able to get over it.
Well, the
So I-
ones who laugh at rejections and take them as challenges are the
It's
ones who
it's a game changer.
It's
It's
a
a
game changer.
definitely
Absolutely.
game changer.
You're
Yeah.
gonna catch feelings
Yeah,
about
getting butthurt is just that will bring you down for sure.
It's part of the business, right?
It is. It's
It's
part of
a
the
main
game.
part of the,
Right.
especially the real estate market. We see
Kicking
it day in,
nose,
day
right? A
out.
couple to
We
the
have to,
chin,
yeah,
right? Nose here
100%.
and there, and getting burned is what we want.
That's how life is, right? So
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I follow Ryan Serhant a lot.
Yeah.
He's like the top broker of New York. He's
Okay.
like dating and real estate are very similar. So and if you think about it, if you hair nose, which you're gonna regardless,
Yeah.
if you get butthurt, you'll stop getting out there. And if you don't get butthurt, you'll be just fine, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's how I perceive it, and it works. So having that background helped me.
So a lot of fish in the sea keep playing the game.
That's the game. That's the game. It depends on what type of game you want to play, but that is the game
A
after.
lot
all.
of houses in the sea.
They are. And you know when you say like there's so many realtors and stuff, 25,000 is a lot of realtors. But again,
Yeah, thanks for that stat. Like that's,
Right.
I never knew that. Like
It
we
is.
only got like 600,000 people in Syria. There's 23,000
Right.
realtors
So it's
to choose from. That's
yeah,
wild.
100%.
What's the ratio on that? That's wild.
Exactly. So it's just one of but the way development is happening in our city, right? That's just kind of
Yeah.
like helping everyone, right? So more people, more sales. So that's the way to go.
And I mean, it helps that we have a massive housing shortage, right? So we're going to be continuing to grow. We
100%.
have a huge
Yeah.
immigration
Right.
rate, right? So there's only more and more people coming. So
That's- yeah.
more and more people to sell homes to.
That's the goal. The more the merrier, you know. That's
A
all.
little sales question for you. So you know, I've scrolled on your Instagram page and I
Right.
follow you. We follow each other. And
Right,
I
right.
love it. The energy that you provide and the
Right.
message that you give to your viewers and consumers.
Appreciate that.
Awesome stuff. Just
Right.
as a broker, I love watching it. So
Right.
you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Now I'm impressed. You know,
Right.
you're $100 million man.
Yes.
Right? That's on your profile.
Last year we did that, and
That's incredible
Yeah.
stuff right there.
yeah. Thank you.
My question is, you know, you and your brother started off.
Right.
And, you know, sometimes partnerships can really make it happen. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you guys have a lot of business where even the two brothers, the partnership can handle it.
Right.
How did you obtain so much business, and how did you grow your network to get all these clients?
We decided. I think we had a very hard time understanding each other's brain in the beginning because obviously.
That's you and your brother.
Yeah, so
Okay.
in the beginning it was a little bit tough to get on the same ground. Sometimes he had a different perception about something and I was different, right? But when we were able to kind of make sure that who was better at what role, everything changed.
Gotcha.
So
Use your skills, individual skills,
100%.
to, of course, help you guys get further and further.
exactly.
right?
So if
like,
I'm
like rowing, like
Right,
now
exactly,
you
yeah.
guys are rowing.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if
with
you want to
your
go
full
in the
strengths in the same direction.
exactly, so if
Opposed to
you
maybe, you know,
Against
starting
each
different
other or
roles.
100%.
whatever the situation may be.
So I think
Gotcha.
once we were able to establish the roles, I think everything changed. Our business model changed, and then we noticed like I'm not the best at interacting with, let's say, new clients. I have a lot of old clients that I usually work with. I'll get into a little bit of detail after.
You have established client base that you consistently serve, right?
Right. Because I have one avenue where it's been working and I'm sticking to that avenue because it works for me, and I'm good at closing. So whenever we onboard a client, he gets a listing, he gets a buyer, he can give it to me. So he's
Okay.
good at
You
onboarding
solidify
people.
that listing.
Exactly.
Make sure it stays
Yeah.
in the Batra Group.
So we're like, he's good at onboarding, I'm good at closing.
Okay.
So after that, we were able to establish what we're good at, and that's how we nitpicked our team as well. So we get over 3 to 5 agents every month. Hey, I want to join our team. We're like, you know what? We are not trying to expand right now. We're just trying to play the roles that we want to play. If you need anything, we'll let you know. So our direction of business is a little bit different. We want to pick people that are good at a certain thing, and I think once you're able to establish that role, that helped a lot with their business.
You're focused on strategic hires where
Right.
your Batra Group, where the rowers are going to row in the same direction
Exactly.
for
Right.
the same goal.
That's the
And
goal.
that's great.
You don't want to
That's
bring on a member that might be going in a different direction than you guys
Right.
are heading, because the synergy doesn't match.
Exactly, yeah.
The direction, it doesn't match.
So
Nothing
we-
matches.
Everything
Right?
trickles from the top, and their goal
It's
and,
different
you know,
than,
yeah.
We have a lot of referral partners, so we're obviously every business is good business. So we want to also help people that come for like advice and whatnot. So we have a lot of referral partner section as well. But like in terms of like sticking to just our team, we are very like limited in terms of who we want to onboard and whatnot. And after establishing those roles, and then if you're lacking something, we specifically look for that person who will be good at that certain role. So recently we have a person who's starting Airbnb and your pre-sales. He
That's
sold like
the Airbnb guy.
yeah,
right?
so he's very good at that. He sold brand new agent.
Mhm.
I think he got his license
I
in
saw that video. It was impressive. I was like, this is great.
December.
Yeah.
Sold 7 pre-sales in the first month.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so we're like, if you're
All
good at this,
Airbnb sales. That's his niche.
yeah, 7 pre-sales, and then I think he did 3 Airbnb sales. He like
Okay.
understands the stats a lot more than
Gotcha.
anyone in our office in terms
Wow.
of our team.
Yeah.
So that's how we want to target our avenue, right?
You like your niche markets.
I do, because last
Yeah.
year what I've done is whatever my circle has been, I have like heavily went through people that I rely on. So for example, if I find something that I think has value into it, I know who to present it, then he has someone else to present it. So that has worked for my business portfolio as a commercial and development side. So I like to do that. And Raj is also, he has a marketing company where he's good at, he interacts with everyone, like he's talking to a new person every day, like every hour he's talking to someone new, right? So
That's awesome.
once we were able to kind of like diversify our roles, that helped us grow as well.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's incredible.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That shows why the team is so successful. And
In,
so
in a partnership, I guess it just really shows that it's so important to solidify those roles
Hands
and
down.
make sure that the synergy is there and you guys
Right.
are all rowing in the same direction.
Right.
And like you said, that you feel like that's one of the big reasons for the
100%.
success of your partnership.
We
And-
learned it the hard way. I went on a few appointments and I couldn't get the listing. And then this guy went to the same appointment, he got the listing. So I'm like, you know what? Let's sit down and let's have a chat of what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong.
Right.
And
the
that,
closers are aggressive.
yeah, so I'm
Maybe
aggressive.
the listing requires a little bit of nurturing
Exactly.
and this, that, hand holding, and Mr. Batra comes in like, hey.
Exactly. So
You know,
Raj is very good at that.
that's
I
pretty
am
cool.
I am
Yeah.
very aggressive in terms of selling something, and I think my approach is a lot different than his.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm familiar with that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we've got brokers as well, and
Right.
some green brokers, some experienced
Right.
brokers, and you got to find out who's niche. And what really stands out to me is you hit it bang on. We see it all. At least I see it online all the time too.
Right.
The world is kind of shifting into micro niches.
oh yeah,
Not even like a niche as far as like I'm a commercial broker, residential
Just
broker.
pick
Like
one thing,
just
yeah.
like a niche, like I focus on apartment buildings.
Just
or
like the
focus on
example that you give, the Airbnbs, yeah.
right?
yeah.
So micro niches are gonna
It's an
be
endless market,
the
yeah.
ultimate success,
Yeah.
and you're spreading out a brokerage that's
Right.
micro niche. That's a fantastic.
so that's
strategy.
what
I love it.
this is Raj's idea, though. Just letting you know. Just
Can't take all the credit, right?
That's
Big
right.
Batra is going to come
Yeah,
and
that's why the
smack your
partnership's
head.
successful. Right? You're not gonna
Exactly.
give it to the market.
There you go.
I've
There
read
you
some market books, and I'm trying to
Yeah.
take my business in that direction too.
Right.
Is hammer
And I think
home on
it's-
separate micro niches.
Right. It helps.
Because I know what mine are, and everybody knows what theirs are. But
Definitely.
how much you really emphasize and go
100%.
hard on that talent.
Right.
Right?
Don't worry, we'll maybe bring on Raj Batra one
Yeah,
of these days
100%.
as
If
well.
he says the same
And,
thing about
we'll
that,
get the other
yeah,
side
yeah,
of the,
you should.
of
You
the
should do that.
spectrum, right?
Don't
So
tell
we can
don't
compare.
tell him this experiment you're gonna do, but you should do that.
So, but moving on to market, if we
Right.
can, guys,
Right.
the spring market and stuff. Now that we know, we're talking experienced brokerage,
Right.
and a lot of deals under your belt. you've seen 3 spring markets. The first one might have been like, what, 1 month in, so
Anyone
whatever.
could sell anything in 2020. Honestly.
2020?
Yeah, when the whole
After
pandemic,
lockdown, May, it just
yeah,
went.
Yeah.
that was just a
picked up.
busy. Like anyone could sell
Yeah.
anything. That's like like houses were getting sold with no pictures on and
Yeah.
everything. So that was a market where you weren't able to test your skills. I think end of I would say or mid of 2021 has been a very shifted market where you were able to
2021 was
2022 sorry
Oh,
2022
okay.
yeah mid 2022 was a little bit of market where you're like okay now what are we
Everything's
gonna
sort of
do?
shifting. And we had a discussion as well when that
Right,
happened,
right,
right?
right.
And how we're going to navigate our businesses and things like that. So
Right.
it's really important and like important to highlight though that like you have still been able to maintain that level of success
Right.
and have been able to adapt, right?
I think
in the
adapting is the
business.
biggest thing, right? Like if you have the
Totally.
same models.
We adapted all 3 years.
Exactly,
Just
yeah.
listening into you guys,
Right.
like
Yeah.
3 years, 2020 pandemic year,
Right.
2021 crazy sell, homes are running out year,
Yeah, exactly.
and
Yeah.
then 2022 interest rate
Completely
increases.
like
You have seen 3 completely
Different
3 different
markets.
years,
Right.
not apples to apples, 3
Right.
like I mean light years difference years,
Yep.
and you found success.
Yeah.
And I think we all have, and that's
Yeah.
adaption, right?
It's
And
adaptation.
Yeah.
3 crazy years, like
Yeah.
3 completely
Those
different.
have
years.
been 3
Really
crazy years,
has.
yeah, for
Business
sure.
is a lot different now than it was in 2021. I don't think we
100%.
all had a chance to breathe in 2021,
No.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So it's
No, for
it's-
sure, yeah. And 2022, we all had chance to breathe too much, so
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
one of those
So
things.
it
where
gave us some time to think and
Right, right,
recalculate
right.
and figure out a way to
100%.
make sure that our business will consistently
Right,
grow.
but it gives you a good indication of what your like abilities are. So
Yeah,
if you're able to
absolutely.
like have 3 different markets, you're able to do what you're doing every year, same
Yeah.
way. So it'll keep you going, right? So that's a good.
There's always
Yeah.
opportunities, and I mean, it was a good time to just focus on your business,
100%.
analyze it,
Right.
you know,
You need that too.
pick up marketing
Yeah.
strategies, what have you, and
Sometimes
and
you just get
dive
lost.
into it.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
always an opportunity.
100%. I agree
Yeah.
with that.
So the spring market, Larry, you were just about to say, we talked possibly about the the uproar again, right?
Yeah.
So
So I
tell a
mean,
little about
I
that.
was gonna say, how do you compare this spring market to the 2 previous spring markets? And then in conversation, we realized that we've
Right.
seen 3 very different spring markets.
That's true. That's true.
But
yeah.
like a normal spring market is, normally when the real estate market gets going.
Right.
January, February passes, March,
Gets a little
March to like
busier.
September sales pick up.
Right.
Historically, 30 years, that's what we see.
Right.
And do you think we're kind of seeing that in this spring market now? And where do you think the demand is coming from?
I think demand now, in my opinion, I guess you can give me a better judgment because it's interest rates is the biggest thing, right? End of the day from the recent market,
Right.
and the moment they did the whole hold on this interest rate, I think it just gave the buyer a lot of confidence
Yeah.
that I'll be able to sustain this payment. If
Right.
I
works
think
in
we
my budget.
also agree too.
Right.
It just gave people like the fear was gone.
Right.
That
Absolutely.
Exactly.
The other way is stopped.
Right,
And now
right.
it's like that fear is gone.
So a lot of people just jumped into the market at the same time. Like
Yeah.
right now, you'll see multiple offers again. Like listings are being underlisted again, like how 2021 was. Prices have come up a little bit. They're not where they used to be.
Rocket high like they were in 2021, right?
But
yeah.
thing is, in my opinion, the market shouldn't have gone that crazy.
Yeah,
it
I
was
agree.
just like I have sold a rancher in Cloverdale
Yeah.
for 1.85
Yeah.
on a 7,000 square foot lot. This
In
is not
2021, right?
2021, not a development parcel, just a normal house in a
And
cul-de-sac.
2021, if you don't mind me
This was
asking,
in September or
Gotcha. Yeah,
September.
second half,
Yeah,
that's
it was
it.
just getting a little bit. Yeah, it was shifting to the last quarter for 1.85.
That's
Yeah, that's insane.
Incredible,
That's
insane,
insane.
yeah.
That client, he is one of my good clients now. He calls me every other month. He's like, "Thank you so much." I'm like, you know what? It's good we all were able to establish something. But I think we have seen a little increase. But I think the major demand is coming from the confidence that people are they have gained from the last 2 news. So
Right,
that has
yeah.
definitely played a different role in the market
and
now.
people have been waiting on the sidelines for the
Oh,
last
yeah,
little bit as
definitely,
well, right?
yeah.
So, we've had this discussion because we share some mutual clients as well,
Right.
and we felt that people were holding off on making these purchases because
Definitely.
they were not confident as to
Right.
which way the interest rates were going to go.
Yeah.
Plus,
Um,
even the whole difference of going from 1.85 to 1.35 price, they're like,
Right.
oh, what if it goes down again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
In my opinion, I think we have seen the bottom of the market.
Yeah.
I don't think the bottom's gonna come. That's just again my projection. I don't know what the Bank of Canada is gonna do, into their next meetings.
Right.
But the way we have seen the drop, whatever goes down is gonna go up, and I think we're on a trajectory to have a higher demand, higher supply. Hopefully, that will kind of sustain our market the way it has been from the past few years. So.
Yeah, I think those are all really great points. Yeah, for sure. I
Right.
mean, when the interest rates go up and the
Right.
government hasn't told you, if they're going to stop or not,
Right.
majority of the
There's a
Canadian
fair-
consumers are not going to really
Yeah.
do anything. They're
Right.
not going to pull the trigger.
And our houses are not cheap. Like, you know,
No,
like it's
they're
not
not.
like Texas. Like, you know, can buy a house for 300K. You know, we have a condo that you can't even buy in that price range. So
Yeah.
they're expensive
Yeah.
purchases. Yeah.
And then you make another good point. So yes, they tell us they're going to pause now.
Right.
Consumer confidence is there.
Yeah.
And but the other 50% of the confidence comes from the home price. Is it going up or down?
Yeah.
And that was a really good point you made
Right.
because, you know, I felt a lot of my clients that were on that as well.
On
Like,
that,
okay,
right.
now, great, I want to get in now. They've stopped their, you know, raising.
Right.
But now it's like, wait a minute, when do I buy? Are these prices still going to go lower?
I tell my clients, don't time the market. You are not
Because
gonna
we
get
can't,
anywhere.
right?
We can't.
Like,
yeah.
we-
yeah.
And
Yeah.
now February and March with the 2 increases, I think people are
Right.
saying, okay, the bottom's there now.
Bottom's there.
But
Yeah.
now it's so surprising. Like just within a month, we sold 2 houses in my neighborhood. One house identical to what we sold yesterday, sold for 1.575. This was done in end of February. Subjects were off, I think, first week of March. Subjects came off the second house yesterday. That was sold at 1.675
Wow, so $100,000 increase
within a month, just because the demand went
has
quadruple.
increased again.
And
yeah.
supply all of a sudden. I always tell people, if there's low supply for your product, just do what you need to do. Clean your house. Let me take the pictures. Just list it. You never
Clean
know
your
what's
house is
gonna
an
happen.
important one because how many times have we seen listings
Oh, yeah.
with clutter laying everywhere in the
Like,
pictures?
it will sell, but you
Yeah.
won't get the most as you could.
Of course,
right?
Of course. Visual appearance is
So
a
it's
big
massive.
thing,
Like
right?
for a buyer to walk in and like, okay, you know what, this is it.
A buyer needs to imagine themselves.
You guys want flat out listing, you want an empty house.
Exactly. Yeah, 100% empty. Like,
Unless
all,
it's like well decorated and.
right, because a person can
Can't
at least
afford it.
imagine themselves, right? So when
Yeah.
you see, you know, a bed sheet on the still on the couch, and there's like the mattress is all messed up in the room, you won't get the most, like you won't get the best result. You will get a result that will work in your favor, but not as high as you cut up.
Or cluttered furniture, making rooms look smaller
Yeah.
than they probably should be.
100%. So it's just one of those things where, like, if you're able to, if supply is low, list your house as soon as possible, and you'll get the best result. That's what I tell to every single client. And when you're buying something, when you buy something, and again in a unique type of market, you will make money because it's a low like supply product. It'll always have more demand.
So in the realty front, is every listing at least getting 2 or more offers?
Now I think it all depends on the price, how you're pricing the market.
Yeah,
Like if,
of course, it's price dependent. If it's
Right.
fairly priced,
even those are getting like multiple offers. Like I'm saying multiple in like 6
So
to
the
8
days
numbers.
of, like,
6 to 8
waiting-
offers.
That's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah.
just in December, November, like people are waiting 45 days for
People-
one offer.
Yeah.
Exactly. People were
I was in
calling.
that
Like,
market.
Yeah.
I used to call realtors. I'm like, hey, I have a house listed. They're like, yeah, we see it. I'm like, you have a client. So now, like again, like it's just a weird shift again, right? Just because the demand has just gone like crazy right now.
I think we hit it bang on. Like you hit it bang on, Kabir.
Right.
Like government said we're pausing,
Right.
and the bottom was illustrated through the media,
Right.
and that's enough for Canadians
Media
to get
plays
back
a
in.
big role
Media
in
is
our industry,
everything
man.
that the
Like,
average Canadian
right.
consumer believes in.
If they say
so
go
they
buy something,
displayed the bottom, and
100%.
people got back
Yeah.
in the market.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
If they say like go buy something in, let's say, you know, East Vancouver in this neighborhood, even if it's a shitty neighborhood, as long as the media said it, people will still ask and inquire. So they do play a big role, but there are some, you know, like in terms of if you are just able to time the supply demand, because you can time the market. I don't think you can ever time the market.
You can.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, even that price that you mentioned in Cloverdale, 1.8. One day we will surpass it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Once
will.
the price
Exactly.
is
We will
tested,
surpass
tested,
it
tested
one
again.
day.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
awesome.
incredible. So Kabir, you know, from my understanding, right, you were a residential realtor,
Right.
right, and over the years, and as you gain experience in the industry,
Right.
you've naturally shifted towards a lot of commercial development projects, things
Right.
of that nature as well. So tell us about how that shift has been for you,
Right.
and how you've been able to accommodate that class of market as well.
The transition from residential to commercial, I personally believe, like, obviously both are very, like, you know, good avenues, right?
Right.
Where I still do a lot of residential.
A lot of
When I
residential, yeah.
have the, you know, time and stuff, we'll still take care of all the clients and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think commercial is a little bit more challenging. That makes it a little bit more fun compared
Yeah.
to residential, because residential is very identical.
Right.
Like unless it's luxury market, if it's a very, like, you know, in a certain price range, there are similar houses, similar structure. Development is a little bit more. It takes more time.
Yeah.
It's more fruitful, and it's just more interesting. So in 2021, I would say in December, November. Sorry,
Right.
2021 December, November. One of my good friends' brother reached out to me on Instagram, I do a lot of social media, like just videos and stuff, right? So I get a lot of leads from there.
Great.
Sold him a pre-sale that he didn't close on.
Right.
But he ended up telling me like, hey, I'm also looking for some development things.
Right.
I'm brand new. I've never done a development parcel and whatnot. And I told him, I was very upfront. I'm like, hey, I want to get into it, but I just want you to be a little bit more patient.
Yeah.
And that's all. Whatever NCP, they were looking into, I studied that whole thing, community plan and everything. And then I applied with him, went out for some tours. Till in the last year to now, I think I've sold them up to $45 million just the one client.
Wow.
So just to kind of take the time to understand the market. And one of my really good friends, he's a developer.
Right.
So I used to go with him on the sites,
Yeah.
like to understand the terminology, what to look first, what not to look, what matters, what doesn't matter. So just kind of like understanding the whole concept helped a lot with the transition.
So you're saying that knowledge is a key component of
100%.
commercial,
Especially when you're
and
working with commercial, because
Yeah.
commercial is not like you need to know what you're selling.
yeah,
Residential is very easy for a person to, okay, this is my room, I'm going to put my bed this way or that way.
yeah,
Development stuff doesn't work like that.
yeah.
So
And
you
you're
have
working
to.
with qualified buyers that understand the lingo, understand what they're
Right.
looking for, and they
Right.
understand the asset class that they're
100%.
specifically interested
Because
in.
there's a lot of money on the table.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to apply my knowledge with my client because that's a
Right.
very hard chance that you get to do that.
Yeah.
And he was being very patient with me too. So
That's awesome.
so that helped a lot. And I think just being
It was your honesty that did it.
100%.
Because
Yeah.
clients that, at that status, that are
We don't care.
a lot of people are just
They-
such good humans, right?
100%, yeah.
That
So-
we think, clients that, we would dream of, like,
What we
but
think
you ask,
right.
you'd be
Exactly.
surprised.
We think all the time, like, I am a big believer of, what's that podcast? Jay Shetty.
Yeah.
He always says, you think a perception in your head that the other person thinks, and that could not be true. So you just be honest with them, and if they're on board with you, it's just going to help you. And
Right.
you already don't have the business. If they say no, they say no, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
What's the harm in trying, right? Like,
Exactly. So
if I see Michael Jordan in the coffee shop, I'm gonna go up to him and like,
100%,
hey, Mike, you
yeah.
wanna have a coffee with me?
exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm
you just get-
100% asking.
Yeah,
I
'cause-
know the answer.
Right,
I am
yeah.
asking Michael
He
Jordan
might say
for
yes.
that coffee.
Exactly.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
might say, oh, I like this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
you never know.
This kid's got confidence.
Right.
Well, I'm not kidding, right?
Yeah. We get the memo.
Maybe to Michael Jordan.
Everyone's a kid to Michael Jordan.
That's what it is. So now,
that's
like,
awesome.
yeah.
And that's where I firmly believe you
Right.
got that client.
right, so from there on, like, it gave me confidence. So when I was able to sell them the first parcel, and then I talked to his dad, he's like, thank you for finding this and that. So, like, it gave me more confidence. Then I closed a few other clients with the knowledge I was able to gain to look at what I need to look at. So that helped a lot. So
Right.
taking the step back to actually understand everything and not just bullshitting my way through it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of professionals, realtors, brokers,
Right.
all the clients in the
Right.
market that are very hesitant
Right.
to get into a certain asset class or to get into commercial.
Because they're like, I'm already
because
doing.
they're scared.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? There's a little bit of fear there because there's no education behind it.
Right.
But you took the time out to educate yourself.
Right.
Surrounded yourself with people who have experience in the development space.
That definitely
You were
helped,
honest, transparent, which
Right.
were you were able to deliver these results
Yeah.
in a professional way.
And then
So-
after, again, our development and commercial stuff works heavily on referral.
Absolutely.
So it's just based on, like, if you give a good service where you're able to kind of like show the value to your client, they will refer you out, like,
Right.
hands down, right? So
100%.
that has helped a lot with that business avenue.
That knows a little bit about that. I mean, in
Yeah.
the commercial space, especially I think in the high net worth
Right.
area, the super high net worth area, you're bang on because it's almost like you're cracking a circle of friends.
100%,
Right?
yeah.
And the guys that all shake hands and
They are
have
gonna talk.
plans, shake hands and
Yeah.
make plans together.
Right,
Now it's like, hey,
Yeah.
could call Kabir.
right.
And
Absolutely.
now it's like, so referral business in the commercial space is absolutely huge.
Huge,
When,
massive,
landing one
Right.
big client, one big whale,
Right.
will definitely get you the circle, hopefully as well, eventually.
Then
it
you're
will,
able to
right?
kind of
So-
hopefully establish yourself in that avenue. But yeah, so in our commercial, like commercial side of the place, there's a lot of agents that are very, very, very rude, like, which I've experienced before, and they're just like very, they're not as responsive. So a lot of the times clients do want to change their realtors in terms of what they're looking and whatnot.
Okay.
So able to give them the service that they want, I think
You
that
want to be able to
helps too.
provide the residential services as a realtor, but into the commercial market.
Exactly.
Right? Being that nurturing residential type style realtor,
Right.
holding the client's hand
Especially-
throughout the
especially for new
process.
clients.
Because if that's what you're selling,
Yeah.
your knowledge of residential is going to come in handy.
Absolutely is.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
so-
because that's what the end product is most of the time,
100%,
right?
yeah, absolutely
The
right.
initial product might be construction, might be commercial,
But that's what's going to
but
become.
the end product is residential. So So,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
allowing
yeah.
and combining all these different perspectives, education, and
Showing value, just
Yeah,
that
has
makes a
allowed
big
you to-
difference. Yeah.
yeah,
I've had tons of experience. I mean, being in the industry for now 15 years, I've had tons of experience with what you just said,
Right.
with the emotions,
Right.
Right.
And kind of controlling that for the clients.
Right.
Just lost my train of thought right now.
No, it makes a
But-
big difference though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
sorry, with the new clients,
Right.
right? I mean, with the realtors, wanting
Right,
to
right.
switch a realtor,
Yeah,
just to collect what I thought. Some of the old commercial realtors, I mean, have lost that human touch.
A lot
Because
of
when you're
realtors
getting
have.
six-figure checks,
They just don't care.
large checks,
Right.
the transactions just become transactions.
Yeah.
yeah.
I have.
And adding on to Chet's point, having that nurturing, there's still relationships. At the end of the day, I don't care. If
I
you're
work on
having a
relationships,
relationship,
yeah,
so
definitely.
I can see a big shift there.
Yeah.
Because there's a big shift in, you youngsters coming in
Right.
now into the commercial space, and
Right.
the boomers getting replaced with the zoomers, right?
That's
Or
a
black-
I love that line. Boomers getting
I heard
replaced.
the zoomers. That's what's happening.
That's a hard line though. Yeah.
That's
for
what's
sure.
happening.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know where I heard that word, credit out to where I heard that, but the boomers are getting replaced with the zoomers.
Right.
And the commercial power is right here at this table. Tanya Manga, Kabir Batra. Let's go.
Thanks for the shout out.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, no, thank you so much, Kabir, for joining us on the
No,
show
no,
and
again, I'm
taking the
honored.
time out
Yeah.
of your day.
Right.
You've given a lot of insightful advice to, I feel like, a large audience, hopefully,
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So
a growing audience.
a growing
Growing
audience,
audience,
yeah. So no,
We
thank you-
appreciate
thank you so
everyone
much.
coming back.
100%.
Kabir, thank you for joining us.
No,
Some
really
closing
appreciate
comments?
it.
Guys, please remember everything discussed during these episodes is not financial advice, just information to educate the consumer, drawn from our personal and business experiences. If you have any specific questions about your financial situation, please contact Brightcap Financial and City Centre Mortgages. The info can be found below. And please like, share, subscribe, follow us on podcasts, Amazon, Spotify.
That's it on
Mark my
everything.
words. Everyone else, have a great weekend.
Thanks,
Kabir,
guys.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes, no worries.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. That was good.